Hey traders, welcome to the Wednesday stream where Bitcoin has quite possibly broken out to a degree. Why I say a degree, because the daily it's not confirmed yet, and on the 4-hour the breakout backtest is in the midst of happening right now. So, and the 4 hours not very significant of a time scale. So 112 is kind of everything here. You break 112 and it's real, and you catch any follow through, you got a pretty much a target of $117,000. So really hoping what we are witnessing is real and not a scam fake out. You can see above my head the 4 hour, here it is on the bigger screen. First we had the supply line breached. Then they formally tested 108, old inflection zone from December last year. Then the buyers, that was the lowest low of the short-term downtrend, right? Started with a beautiful shooting star all-time high, and then it reversed. And then buyers defended that level, 108, and then rallied to recapture 109,358, another major level, old all-time high from January 20th, Trump's inauguration day. And then the buyers on the 4th of September reconfirmed the validity of the level as a support. As it was violated, buyers reconfirmed it as support. And then a rally to create the neckline of a potential structure, the inverse head and shoulders, and then rejection to sell off and only see a local higher low than the previous low. And then once again yesterday, same story, just another local higher low, and all of a sudden 1, 2, 3 valleys, and now a breakout of the neckline. And that is kind of the story that's been going on since September 1st, since the beginning of the month. Only 10 days, but again, you're looking at the 4 hour. So that's the data we have for the month, which is not bad, right? Things kind of turned around. We didn't know at the time, but things began to turn around when the month of September began, which is historically the worst month for crypto and equities. Things are doing all right now, okay? This is definitely an anomalous September so far, but we're only 10 days in. And you could say the same thing about August was pretty anomalous too for equities, not crypto. Crypto was not good. I mean, we saw an all-time high, but as soon as we saw the all-time high, it was from the all-time high, we got a 14% correction. So I just hope we can sustain levels above $113,200. And then I hope that we could, even if we don't, if sellers were able to break that level, just give me a higher low than 110.8 at this point, right? You can see it, these 4-hour discernible swing lows. Just give me another higher low if you're not going to hold support, and you'd still be fine. And if it's real, like, again, I'm just thinking a target 117. I think that swing high from August 22nd. We could do a measured move too. I don't even think I did this yet. But again, I just don't get cocky because it is not the daily. You're typically looking for daily structures. You can kind of see it on the daily, I guess. You can definitely see it on the 8-hour, maybe 12-hour. But you want just a measured move of this pattern. Oh, look at that. 118.9 would be the 100% measured move here. Okay. 118.9 if it performs well. So as you can see, what Bitcoin is trading up against, as it did in late August, the 4-hour 200 simple moving average. Not a joke, man. It's just there, and they can't really break it. So you do have a sell-off unfolding before our very eyes on the futures market, the equities market.
It's time for Power Hour.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Yeah, we are seeing a sell-off right now, as Google made an all-time high today, but it's dumping. Meta dumping. Apple and Amazon have been dumping all day though, so no change there. Nvidia gapped up brilliantly, and it is now also selling off. So it's just what happens sometimes. So Bitcoin's going back for a test here. Let's see, this neckline's pretty, I'd say right here. So you're like at it, you can see. And I'll just maybe, I don't know if I should show the structure too for the viewing audience, or just scale in more so we can just see it like this. What do you think, chat? Should we do it like this, or show the full inverse head and shoulders? Let me know, man, if you're here. Thanks for being here. I know it's early, but dude, and I've been having these earlier streams, but it's like, you gotta understand, man, I'm a human being, and my normal stream time is like, that's the time when, if someone's trying to have a life and do things with other people with the opposite sex, right? Trying to like, maybe, hey, dude, one day I'm going to try to have kids and get married and do all that stuff. Like that time slot is really important for like doing things. So like, I got to make plans, and that's, the plans are in stream time, but I've been streaming almost 8 years, but it's like, well, so this is like a perfect time for me to be able to do this. And anyway, so yeah, I know viewership's going to suck at this time, of course, but there you have it, man. So, okay. That's your Bitcoin. Bullish engulfing candle. We got less than 5 hours till it's confirmed. Less than 5 hours till it's confirmed the highest level of September, highest level since August 24th. It could have been a lot better, but it looks like, yeah, you're just getting a big sell-off in power hour on the stock market. So everything just kind of, you know how it is. Everything's correlated to that liquidity. So I guess we just knock out Ethereum real quick. Okay, dude, here we are again, man. It's like, I don't know how it dumps in this macro. It's so strong, unstoppable. It's like the market's never going to give up. That rising wedge on the S&P. Google all-time highs, fib extensions, and then like, Bitcoin kind of doing stuff that's in some higher lows. And then you got Ethereum here that just, okay, we've said that the trend is still uptrend. Confirmed. There is no doubt, because you have not done the things that need to be done to reverse the trend. So, but I don't even know what you could say about the price action we have been receiving for this entire month.
Hey Mitch, thank you for your invaluable analysis. Can we please have a look at STXS Stereotaxis Inc.?
The answer, Fibonacci times, would be yes. Thank you, dude. Certainly. So 43.84 once again tested, and no ability from buyers to keep the price propped above it for any meaningful amount of time. So your purgatory uptrend's intact, and they're maybe putting in the highest low, but this is whack. So if the equities finally start rolling over, like for real, we start correcting with that rising wedge, and then Bitcoin's gonna fail, then yeah, dude, it's an easy drawdown coming. But if Bitcoin stays strong and the higher lows keep coming in and we break to 118 or whatever, 118.9, whatever that measure move is, this thing's gonna break 43.84. It's just how it works. But it's been performing miserably for the past 10 plus days. Crazy. As your update, man, no change. I guess BNB, great, man, all-time highs. Guess what? Only asset in crypto making all-time highs today of significant market cap. So it's just like Jesus chimes. No Head and Shoulders, that got blown out of the water a couple days ago. And look what we did. For the first time ever, chat, the 1414 fib extension was tested. And that's exactly where the pullback started. The 1414 here is so significant because the anchor points, you wouldn't even believe, go all the way back. Swing high, May of 21, all the way to June 22. That's the anchoring. That's why they're so major. And so we finally got it. And we got our first full, we got a big pullback, when we saw the initial, that 1272 for the first time ever, too. So you're at it, you pull back, and now the macro is kind of crapping out, so it's going to pull back even more. If you ever broke this, pretty easy, $967, $1,000 target. So getting long in the tooth up here, man. Yeah, dude. And if you don't know, Charlie Kirk was shot like right before my stream. And the video is extremely disturbing. I cannot even believe that. And the violence of the left just continues. That's the enemy, dude. It's not China. It's not Russia. It's the left for the most part. It's the indoctrinated freaking commies that watch CNBC and whatever, MSNBC, all the scam, race-baiting grifters. That's them, dude. Identity politics. They've gone nuts. They've gone insane. Okay, XRP up 1.43%. Nice, but again, it was nicer earlier. Yesterday was, indecision. Today, trying to engulf, which is great. Could be like a 3-bar play, actually. I mean, if you close above like 297, it would be a 3-bar play. But you're up against $3, major psychological level as well as a real level reversal from early March 1st. And that's it. I mean, you have to break $3, but you really have to break like 308 to 310 because that's a major discernible swing high. You do that, easy move to 336, 340, the old all-time high back from January. So you're close. You're doing things, but it's like you can't. These assets can't really cover any ground because macro, always something, dude. There's always something. So that's your breakout point. They can't do it 3 days in a row. They've tried to test a breakout and have not been successful yet. So that's it. Got to make a higher high, man. It's great you broke out of the descending triangle, but dude, if you want to reverse the trend in the midterm, you got to make a higher high, dude. And discernible high is, again, 308. You haven't done that yet. What would you do most recently? The lower low, pretty much. Lower low than this low. But yeah, I mean, the good news is, I guess, is like they could take this thing down to like 282 and it'd still be okay, possibly for a higher low. And then you start getting a momentum shifting structure here, like a left shoulder head, right shoulder, if they did it. But God, just, it's been a bad, second half of the summer for XRP since it hit an all-time high, and that was it, dude. Okay. Solana, though, different story. Solana pulling a Google where everything was outperforming, and now it's beginning to outperform everything while everything, just is unable to really get anything going. Ethereum can't. XRP is really having trouble, but it's doing okay. BNB made an all-time high. BNB is a different level, different world. But this is pretty special on Solana because we know what 216 is. As we had just seen late last month, resistance. But you know what it is. Going back, looking at it every single day, just for reference point. This old all-time high from September 2021 for that big reversal. It is now being regarded as support for now. Okay, that's great. They broke it. They're trying to confirm it as support. And we're starting to catch a little follow through, but I don't know how much follow through you can achieve if, the equities market starts rolling over, which then causes Bitcoin to sell off, which then would cause Solana and altcoins to sell off too. So it's doing good, man. I mean, you know what yesterday was? Yesterday was your highest daily candle close since January 31st. Today, highest intraday price since February 2nd. And again, going for, once more, your highest daily candle close since January 31st. So a lot of good things going on, but you got to have some more strength on Bitcoin, man. Like you want 260, which is the formal target above 216, given enough time. Yeah, Bitcoin probably needs to go to 118. Like hit that measured movement, that inverse head and shoulders, and I think it'd be a no-brainer, easy Solana 260. So playing catch up. All right, those are your big cryptos. Let's go to the spider real quick as we watch this little sell-off unfold before our very eyes. Yeah, Mitchell, it's effed. Unbelievable, dude. Man. And here's your spider, man. Here's your spider. How crazy is this, right? They took it to the extreme as they always do. I'm talking, look, extreme. What happened before the major colossal drawdown? We made a slightly higher high, all-time high. Yeah. It wasn't some formal back test. It wasn't a luxurious 2022. 2022 was amazing because we got confirmation of distribution, bearish back test of key level from earlier, like momentum shift on. We got a lot of luxury in 2022 to help us see what was happening. You didn't get that quite too much in February outside of the deep crab type 2 return, local confirmation high, losing 609 with that big red candle. Like that's what, oh God, this could be bad because it's finally maybe going to do it. But same thing up here, where what did they do? They gapped this thing to all-time highs, and Jesus chimes because it's warranted, right? Intraday saw more all-time highs, and now sell-off. We gapped up. We're just going for the gap fill right now. I mean, someone would say we virtually did fill the gap at the lows now, but you got a little bit lower you could go, maybe like 650, 35. But clearly, this supply line, just like on the bottom, being respected on the top, and you're just nearing the apex. So they're just taking it to an extreme that would try to maybe get someone to capitulate by, right? Exit liquidity. Why is MicroStrategy not tracking Bitcoin anymore? Dude, it was technical, I think. I mean, right, the bearish dragon pattern we'd identified like a month ago or more, and now we've lost 333, which is the March 2000 all-time high. Like, you don't want to own it below that, but you haven't wanted to own it for a while because of that bearish structure. But I don't know why it's not. Maybe it's just because like Bitcoin's been so ideolated. I mean, think about Bitcoin, right? It was January. Just 10 days ago, Bitcoin was trading at the same price it was trading at 9 months ago. So Bitcoin's virtually done nothing. I mean, you've made, yes, intra-year, intra-day, intra-week, intra-month all-time highs. Yeah, at the highest points. But like the sell-offs right after, negate all that hype and euphoria, because if you owned to January 20th, 10 days ago, you made $0 if you just held through everything, $0. So maybe that's a reason why MicroStrategy's been doing bad. I'm not sure, but no appreciation on Bitcoin this year. Unless you're speculating and selling tops and stuff. Okay, cool, have fun with that. But I'm saying, for the holder, nothing. Okay, wow, how about that rising wedge? I think I have it plotted here pretty on the futures. Man, look how perfect it is, dude. Like, you cannot tell me this is not real.
Data tip $25. Curious about your thoughts on the weekly chart for SIC Community Health Systems on NYSE. Could you also compare it to a poker hand? Love when you do that. Thank you so much for the invaluable education.
So, Tater Man, thanks so much for the 25. We'll certainly do some poker analogies if I can. We might have 3-7 offsuit. But I'm hoping, since you requested it and you invested in yourself, we're going to be looking at ace-king suited, pocket queens, or pocket aces, man. Thanks, dude. So there you go, man. Like, the respect of the wedge continues, even with the shadows and the wicks outside. Who cares? It's about where the candle closes. So, yeah, that's just not making me like more confident and excited about we're going to the 1414 soon. I mean, this type of price action is like, okay, I still feel like it's very real possibility nearing the apex of this rising wedge. We could get a, 5%, 4% correction pullback maybe. But yeah, in before, no, dude, no, it's never going to happen ever. Just keep going up. This pattern's been in development since late July. So the channel, this uptrend, my God, dude, it's so pretty. So just keep that in mind. Caution. Just be cautious. I don't know if you were levered and you were making crap loads of money in your levered positions, maybe like de-lever. You can like own some spot of assets. But dang, man, when you're nearing a wedge apex, yeah, it might just be like caution. Caution. I don't know. I'm just saying the word caution. God. Okay. Dow Jones. Industrial average. Bearish and golden candle being painted up here. A lot of stagnation, man. A lot of just lack of ability from buyers to do much, if anything, above 45,757. Even with the nice formal back test of the key resistance as support for the first time ever. Just sideways. You're not in trouble until you lose that. And I would be really cautious below 45K. Because I do think you have similar stuff going on, maybe on the Dow Jones. I don't know if it's perfect or anything. Try to make it make sense here. Like, you look at it like that. It's almost like, okay, do you see it? Whether it's a wedge or not, we don't have to call it a wedge, but you can clearly see there's like upsloping price contraction on a very extended rally since April. It could be an upthrust, right? If you're losing the wedge, you're losing 45K, it could have all been just a false bullish breakout in the end. So just keep it in mind. It may be not real, but I'm just showing you, right? You can kind of see price action is upsloping in its contraction, and you're near the apex, so resolution's coming, whether it's a break out to the upside of the 1272 or it's a breakdown to go test at least 44.9, 45K again. So okay, NASDAQ. Sorry, man, really feeling sick for Charlie Kirk right now. Like, really sick. Okay, a warrant to Jesus chimes, all-time highs. NASDAQ, but it was just gap up. They're filling the gap now. And that's it. This one lost the channel, I believe. If we remember, we go back to where it was. I was just trying to make sense of more local stuff. No, we didn't lose it. No, it was pretty perfect, dude. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much your channel at this point. You know, you're in it. You're at the upper quadrant, upper side of the channel, and I mean, the 1414 is your target here. But I mean, look at the highs, the higher highs, the same highs. You just got like lesser levels every time on relative strength. You're still, I mean, above the bullish control zone, so it's not like the worst thing in the world. And there's no like rising wedge structure like the spider either, so not as scary if we're talking about pattern recognition, but it's probably fine, and you got a lot of downside and it'd still be okay. Like, take it down to 21,264 to fill a gap and it's still good. You're still just putting in the higher lows and you just put in the highest high ever, so you can't really say anything bad about it. But yeah, it's really the spider that's just like, wow. The argument just starting to get there, like, dang, man. Okay, and on the IWM, I know you're above 234, 230. This is like, they'll test it, okay? They'll definitely test it, the zone, and hopefully they hold it. But you got to be really real here that, like, the channel, you had the hanging man reversal. We discussed this when it happened. And then yesterday, that was on Friday, the hanging man. And then yesterday was the follow-through candle of the hanging man. But at the same time, the recapturing of the channel's parameters, and now formally testing the channel's top parameter, and then after testing it, rolling over now. So I can't be surprised if this is where we begin to pull back, at least some in the uptrend, and that's fine. It's not a big deal, man. Everyone's just freaking out just because, oh no, things hit like the overbought threshold of the uptrend and now they're pulling back some. It's not that crazy, man. Golds, remember what happened on gold yesterday? At the close, they painted a perfect, I mean, I'm talking, you can't make it any more perfect, okay, chat? If you're going, hey, I'm Steve Neeson, and I had identified and studied this pattern, Japanese candlestick pattern, for years, and guess what? It can't get more perfect than what happened on gold yesterday. Perfect. Shooting star reversal. And yeah, I know people are going to be like, dude, but it's not like, it's not confirmed yet with follow through. You need like to confirm a shooting star. One of the next few candles needs to be a lower close than the close we got on September 9th. That would confirm it with follow through price action. You're not getting that today. Though you are definitely coming off the highs. You just tested that 1414 fib extension again. And that's it. And just pulling back. So that's where you are. It's still a valid idea. It's still a potential reversal candle. We're just waiting. You just got intraday price action the next day that people think, oh no, dude, it's like maybe we should just FOMO in. Like, dude, to FOMO in here is crazy. I mean, remember, you buying gold now is like 6,000 plus years of humans considering gold to be a store of value. You are like, you'd be buying like higher than 100% of all humans over 6,000 years that care about gold. And it's all happening at a high to low, local high to low 1414 with the shooting star reversal behind you. So there is nothing wrong with like being cautious on gold because of that candle after such an insane run on the largest market cap asset in the entire world. There's nothing wrong with being a little cautious here. Okay. Oh no, what happens if they take it to 3,500? You're devastated because you bought today. But like, hey, you pull back to 3,500 and back test, or even take it down to 3,450. They didn't test that really as support. You get a reasonable retrace here, and it's okay for everyone except the people buying today after a shooting star presented itself formally. 6,000 year top buyer. That's it, dude. Okay. Gold, silver looking like, hey man, it's at the top of that channel, but still holding, man. Somehow, look at this. They're still holding on to it. Just wonder if it's gonna hold, like if it's gonna start rallying to $44, or if it's gonna fall back in this channel here. Higher risk, impossible to manage risk, really. I mean, unless you just want to have a stop below $40, $40.40. Just looking at it. Okay, let's look at these Mag 7s. Best to worst. Nvidia was up 4% earlier, but Yeah, it's pulled back some, but remember, anything above 170 is real good, but not. We didn't want it to be this good because now you have an unfilled nothing burger gap below us, which means now there's like a real good possibility of filling that gap. And they just gapped through an unfilled gap from August 29th. So you just have gaps here. There's another gap at like 180, 46. You're just up here, man. Like, and so a high, slightly lower high on the candle closes, and you just don't want to put in another lower high. You don't want to do something like this, because then all of a sudden you have something that we would really be like worried about, because you would be saying, all right, we have like a classic distribution structure, been in development since early August, a whole month. Like that's not what you want, man. Because remember, we had the same exact pattern we identified. Do you remember back in February? It was lower highs. They ran it up, and they formally back tested the old all-time high as resistance, and then the rollover, and then that was it, the correction, man. So you're getting. I hope we just don't do this. Like, you know, I'm just saying hypothetically. Like, it may not happen at all, but don't want to put in a third local high lower than the previous two. Oh man, some video, dude. Hype in the chat. What was the news on it again? Tesla. Well, it was up like 2% earlier, but this is what they do, man. And you just gotta be like kind of concerned. I don't know if the macro sells off. Like, why would 338 not be filled before we went to 400? Maybe they're not gonna let it happen. But you've now spent 4 days just hanging around after gapping up. You've done really nothing. I mean, you did make the highest price since like May 30th. That's awesome. But dude, just no sustained price action. Intraday, you were at 356, you're now at 348, so it's just, will we fill the gap first? That'd be an interesting level to maybe add a little bit, but now you're just like paranoid about, well, that, I mean, it doesn't matter because we got in like in the 310s, but for anyone just like guessing, should I take a fresh long on Tesla now? It's like, that's just kind of, you're asking for a gap fill. Even though it may not happen, which would be weird, but got it, man. We love Google though long term. $400 target if you give me enough time. Okay, forget the gap fill. Say it happens, it's still going to be a $400 target for now. So, all right, that's your second best performer, an asset that is up 0.44% today. Microsoft, it's up 0.25% today. Still below $500. There's not enough structure here to have an edge. If you're below the psychological level, still not great. It is extremely high still, so you could just still be going through a correction. Been dragging on the market for sure for a while. Wow. Apple at lows of day, Amazon at lows of day. Well, we'll get to those. Google now down on the day as it did make a fresh all-time high. Only one of the Mag 7 to make an all-time high today, of course. Just like yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before. Yeah. Yeah. 6 days in a row, fresh all-time highs. Amazing. No surprise, though, right? No surprise. That's it. Just 239.56. Saw a fresh all-time high of 241.66. Cool. Meta down 1.69%. Bearish engulfing candle going on. I mean, yeah, not bearish engulfing, but close. You know, because it opened technically lower than yesterday's close, so not fully covering the candle, but just bad macro day. You know, I mean, you got looking at Apple and Amazon, they're just puking right now. I think it was really puking. I wouldn't even consider this puking on Meta. It's just bad macro day, dragging down a lot of assets. And, you know, you might have a date with 736.59, the gap fill, the candle high close. It was all-time highs from Valentine's Day. Still in the nice uptrend here. This channel, maybe they come test these levels and it'd still be all right. And that's it. All right, this one was unable to ever see a 1272. They're still like, if they can hold this 736 in the next couple weeks, we can get into Q4, something like that. I mean, I think you do have an 850 target eventually, but it's all about if market participants are able to defend and hold 736.60 if we get to that point where they're testing it again, okay? So not too bad, just down today. All right. Much better shape than something like, remember, it's the dragon. The Apple Dragon.
Charlie Kirk was just shot. What is America coming to?
That's correct. He was. He was before the stream, and that's kind of why I was like late to changing scenes for you to see me. I was trying to. It's very, very startling, scary video. And if he does die, which hopefully he doesn't, he would be a martyr, okay? And his cause would only grow. So you cannot just kill people like that and they'll just go away. No, their message will be amplified 100 times. So anyway, it looks like you got a date with 220. I mean, I don't know, maybe not, but you know, that's the big level, right? The swing high from June 2024, swing low November 2024, January 2025. I just feel like that would be probably your target area unless they're going to hold 223.45 here. This is like, remember, it was a, like, hey man, maybe not many people are watching the stream anymore, but you can't say every single stream I've done, it wasn't called play-by-play in terms of, we don't act like we know what's going to happen, okay? Even if patterns or candles present themselves. But day by day, the first day, the top day, it was September 5th. Hey, look, an evening star reversal was painted. Let's see if there's a follow-through candle. What happened the next day on stream? Well, chat, looks like there was a follow-through candle of the evening star reversal. So typically that's where we draw. What happened yesterday? You broke the supply line of the dragon. More follow-through. And now look at it. That is how reversals occur. Just like play-by-play on Microsoft's weekly. The weekly, man. First candle identified. It was a perfect shooting evening star. And then the follow-through candle. And look at it now. The way more drawdowns, and we went even lower. Now we're just kind of sideways, but continue to draw down the coming weeks. So this is how it goes, man. Right? Day by day. One piece of data at a time. So Apple, you can't say there was anything surprising about how this went. No surprise. Even without even knowing where it was going next, because we don't act like we know. Trusting in the Japanese candlesticks really set us free here. Like, dang, man, what a run. Oh, evening star, dang, follow-through candle. Bearish divergence. That is specimen. Wells Walter would be so excited about this. Look at the follow-through. So it doesn't mean like it's going to go to 220 for real. I mean, they could pivot this tomorrow and we make a higher low and we run again. Crazy. You know, unfilled gap now at 234.28. Okay, Amazon, the worst performer. Uh-oh, man. Like, you just don't want this to happen, dude. You don't want to just... You're going to go fill the gap, looks like 226. Anything below 232 is bad. Okay, that's why I was like, hey, man, this is pretty good. We're above 232.50, whatever. But, dude, unfilled gap below us. And you just don't want a type 2 return to come into play here. I mean, like the bearish, beautiful bearish bat pattern, type 1 reaction. You don't want a type 2 return. Good news is your oscillators aren't really, I mean... In actuality, you know what? I mean, if you care about one high and then the slightly higher high, you are diverging, not in the overbought territory. It's not as good as Apple, but it's there. Still, up here, chat, just understand, this is not an area for a fresh long to ever consider taking longs. And if that person decided to take a fresh long and it went to all-time highs and price discovery, you would be very lucky, very lucky. But if you're taking 100 trades on assets that have completed bearish bat patterns over a long period of time, and then they're confirming the pattern completion zone as a top, like, dude, more often than not, that's where bigger reversals to the downside occur. So, like, up here, you are really, really gambling. I mean, you might be less than gambling. You might be like, hey, I know the odds are against me, but I'm still gonna go long. That's worse than gambling. What is that? Okay, those are the Mag 7s, chat, okay? I'm in the chat for Mag 7. We had a request. My God, chat. Oracle. Wow. Wasn't earnings, man. It's the new NVIDIA. Oracle. What's his market cap now? This has to become. I mean, if it's not going to be Broadcom, then make it Oracle would be in the Mag 7. Mag 7 would be Oracle or Broadcom over Tesla all day. But that is the story. 37% gains today. Ungodly. Oracle now, it's still not even a $1 trillion market cap. It will be though. It's 928 billion. I think I mean, if you care about the textbook, this is a textbook breakaway gap. Like Google had. It's like there's so much volume on such a high markup that like you're not filling this gap anytime soon. Like they may even pull it back, right? You do something like this, oh my God, but it's not filling. That's incredible. So, and guess who's right behind Oracle in performance today? Broadcom, all-time highs, just going insane. But AI. Is that true, Bonsai fan? That's crazy. Yeah, Broadcom and Oracle, killing it, dude. ANET's up today, 6.5%. What is that? It's an all-time high. Heading to the 12725 extension. Arista Networks, computer peripherals. Good God. Wow, CDE still going? Dude, still going, man. Yeah, highest price on CDE today since September 2016. Just going straight line up. Incredible. Micron had a good day today. Micron's highest price. Wow, they broke out. Nah, never mind. Sorry, my stuff's loading slow today. I don't know. Need to restart my computer. Since June 27th of last year. So 52-week highs on Micron. Really nice. Just send it higher, man. For real. Oh, EA finally catching some bids again. Yeah, EA, I think, you're just waiting for, like, they're recapturing the old all-time high from November. I think in EA, you give me some time, we're gonna see $200 and higher. And you've got oil stocks doing well today. What was the request, man? CY, no, STXS. Here are your futures. I mean, S&P top left, you can clearly see no problem, man. I mean, like, no issues. Like, have you broken the channel? No. You broke it, you fell out of it, recaptured, reconfirmed it as support, and you ran and followed through all-time highs off of it. I mean, you know, like you were selling off. You are selling off today. Not a great day, but dude, there is no jeopardy of a trend reversal at all right now. It is all good history. Dow Jones top right, still above all-time highs. It's hanging around, strong up there, and then NASDAQ futures, they're trying to get back in. It would be wild if they actually did. And then you can clearly see right here, like this is definitely like looking at a lesser time scale. This channel, this is where you say, yeah, that is definitely looking like, you know, you're confirming the supply line as a supply line locally. And that's typically where you get buyer exhaustion. Let me guess. I'm almost certain there's bearish divergence right here. So that's a level where it's like, hey, maybe profit taking because it could sell off some at this point right here. I would not be surprised. The only one that's looking kind of exhausted. Well, I guess we'll see. Stereo Texas Incorporated or... Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Down almost 3% today. Health Technology. Well... This one started a long time ago. If you remember the old bullish shark pattern type 2 return that just happened to be right at a major level from 2012, 2014, 15, 2016. Yeah, they never saw those lows again, did they? You got close, though. Whew. But then again, you'd be like X, A, B, C, and this is an 886. You can clearly see what's happening. I mean, they're trying on stereotaxis. They're very much trying. The trading range top from 2022 is $2.71. Everyone in the world can see it. It is such a no-brainer. Like, there's no controversy. Okay, the test here, even in December 2024, you broke out. Everyone knows. It's very clear. You have a confirmed breakout and even a formal bullish back test, but you're drawing down, and there's kind of an unfilled gap at like 276. So maybe they're just bullishly consolidating. Understand, if you're an STXS fan, like, even if they lost the support, I mean, you are really in good shape. Even if they took this thing down to 230, it would just be the highest low. It'd be testing some swing highs. Look at this, back from 2022, multiple times, 2023, 2024, even in June of this year. Like, they could do this and it'd still be fine. But yeah, it's great. You're above 271. You're in really good shape. So I mean, it could very well just be we're looking at Wyckoff accumulation nearing in its final phase or nearing its final phase. You might think you're still in phase D, if anything, because if you're doing the backup right now, I think you're still in the midst of the backup. So what is it? So the first step of concluding phase D is the sign of strength. The sign of strength would be breaking the trading range top. You did that. The second part of the conclusion of phase D would be the backup, where it's a back test. That backup can fall below the trading range top as long as you end up making higher lows. But then the final thing, the final event that needs to occur to conclude phase D of Wyckoff accumulation is confirmation. What is confirmation? Follow through. Right? No follow through yet. So we can't really say, we don't even know if the backup part is done yet. But yeah, above 271, you have nothing to worry about. But don't even be that worried if it falls below briefly and puts in the highest low. Okay, so a lot of upside. I mean, if it's real, yeah, 343, that 343 to 330 level, it's going to be tested. That's a definite level. I mean, you cannot ignore it, 2012. But I'm thinking if like they're breaking that and we're going at like think about the Wyckoff accumulation schematic. If it's like really someone there, like a composite operator conducting a buying campaign over a long period of time for 3 years, and he wants to get paid, like your target is not 337. Your target is probably like 576 to $6, like these swing highs from 2019, and maybe if they break that, 710. So that, STXS is a very interesting chart. Okay, so put it on the watch list to keep paying attention to it. All right, good stuff, man. And then the next request was CYH. Oh my God, I haven't been here in a long time, man. I'm gonna just clean slate this. Okay, CYH, which is Community Health Systems Hospitality. Well, you can clearly see a very, very real level going back 2018, 19, 20, 22, 23, and even 2025. Yeah, first I'll be like, big old M shape, sure. But the M shape, I mean, come on, dude. It's just been sideways since the 100% retrace. So, yeah, you're looking at, I mean, it's a no trend, right? Like, clearly there is no trend at all. So, in the no trend, you're near a very key level we were just talked about. So, the closer you are to 255, possibly the easier it would be to strategize an entry, but we're at 293 now. You know, August 12, like a month ago, you kind of gapped up and you've been running, but see, you're still below the 200 moving average, but you did put in a higher low locally. It would be, I think, like the most appropriate thing, or the highest chance of success, if somehow...
Hi Mitch, can you take a look at Baba? Thanks.
Thank you, Golden Knight. Absolutely, dude. Look at Baba down today. Finally. It would be amazing to get something like this. Okay, so you got a swing low and you got another low, but they did violate that 255 level. They did do that. And it's maybe like, kind of like this. Trying to make sense of all this chop. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, you get a lot of tests there too. So you would want, and I think you always want, a form of a local confirmation. Like from this swing low to this low, I don't think it's a local form of confirmation. You got all these other waves happening. I think you want something like this, where it's just, and then you get help on the oscillators. Maybe there's bullish convergence or something, and you get favorable price action here around 250, 266. And you start rallying off the lows, and you put in maybe another higher low. I think that would just be a better setup. So I think like it's cool where you are, but if you want to construct a trading plan with optimum reward to risk and a strategic stop loss be set up, and know your upside being maximum, like you're waiting, you want another test of 250, 266. Okay, I think that's what you'd be waiting for if you're a CYH fan. And if you don't get it, oh well, keep it in the space bar, man, until you find exactly what you want. Okay, I think this, having something like this would increase your probability of way higher. I think having a second test right here locally, that's like why double bottoms are a thing. That's like on the second local test, more market participants are gonna be incentivized to long here because it's lower risk, with a higher chance of a more resounding rally versus that first pullback, the gap down. There's no structure on a gap down test. They held it and it's just kind of meandering on up. You want one more test. You don't get it, maybe it doesn't matter. You want that on any long you ever take. Okay. Good news, chat. Good news. We got 50 seconds until the 4-hour candle close, and as you can see above my head right now, that's a successful bullish back test of a breakout of a, it's a confirmed inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour. But they're about to confirm it not just with the candle close, they're going to confirm it a little bit stronger with a bullish back test. 30 seconds. You're local on the 8s. Oh my God. We'll look at Bob in a minute, man. It's like S&P 500, as you can see, a fresh intraday all-time high, but man, got to really restart my computer. It's lagging. 5 seconds. It was not just the highest intraday price of all time. It was the highest daily candle close we've ever seen. It went down to pretty much fill the gap at the lows and just rallied off of it. So what was it that did that though? It was you know what it was. It wasn't the market drivers. It was it was Oracle and the other one, Oracle and Broadcom. Those two single-handedly most likely got this, kept this thing propped up while the rest of the Mag 7 didn't do well. I mean, Nvidia did okay, gapped up, yeah, but Microsoft and the others weren't doing well. So okay, that's what you got. That's your local on the 8s update. That's crazy, but still contained within the rising wedge, so the controversy is not over, and it's beautiful to see we have, you know, a confirmed bullish back test of the inverse head and shoulders breakout. So can we send it to 118.9 now for 100% measured move? That'd be great. Really appreciate that. Maybe soon I'll be able to change currently from stonks to Bitcom. Let's break the 200 simple moving average on the 4-hour. That's also a big deal. Okay. Baba, yeah. Finally had a pullback. It was started good though, right? It started kind of crazy. Well, I guess it was all last night with Asia session, and then they gapped it down by open. And yeah, I just closed down 2%. Who cares? You're not going to go up every single day. So, I mean, I appreciate the contribution, Golden Knight, but there's just not much to do but look at it and say, we're waiting for 164 to 168. That's it. What do you mean? Why are we waiting on that? I mean, I can just show you why. You already know. Why are we waiting on 164? Because that's target 4 of the trade setup that was posted August 5th of last year. Waiting on target 4. Yeah, up against the little overhead resistance back from March. They have not broken that yet. I think breaking that would be of huge consequence. I mean, it's going to be a clean shot to 164, 168. If they break 150, 149. That's about it. Any pullback doesn't matter. It's going to put in a higher low because you're in an uptrend now. Remember, the uptrend reversed, or the trend reversed with the M shape and the classic accumulation structure. You're making only higher highs, higher lows now. So any pullback is going to be probably your highest low of uptrend. You're going to run again later. So nothing to worry about. Let's go straight. Let us go. Yeah, ConocoPhillips, man, really struggling when you're looking at Valero like perfectly run, like TA respect like God. But here at ConocoPhillips though, it's still very interesting because you go back. Where? What? Is it more local? I guess it's just more local. They're still trying to recapture this $92 to $94 level. So yeah, very disappointing. Can't break the 200, but they're still holding on to these local lows from July and August. But yeah, it's kind of like we should have been going, man. But maybe they're just stop loss hunting. But it was up 2.68%. Yeah, very nice. Okay, we've been live now over an hour. If you're enjoying the stream, please hit the like button below the sub. If you don't, it's all good. Whatever. These days doesn't matter. Oh, we gotta look at UNH. I forgot to look at it yesterday. This thing went nuts, dude. Just flat today, but man, God, dude, they bottoming it out. You know, I think you got a 369 target, maybe 383, and then they break that 427, 450. They might come for a back test to 447 or the 200 moving average around 420. Yeah, kind of crazy to see this one running. This was like Warren Buffett's secret stock that he was buying or something. Yeah, Brad, good luck with that. Holding them criminally responsible. Never going to happen. All right, what can we do, man? What can we do? We need more on Bitcoin, dude. We need more. This was an incredible start, okay? Like, we were just praying to God that, remember, 1, 2, 3, 5 of the past 7 days, buyers tested, exceeded 112, but there was no real follow through, or it was not real. Today, it seems like it might be the first real breakout, the first real close we're going to get above 112 and not be a joke. And the consequences being above 112 given enough time are massive.
Mitch? Let's take a look at $CLSK when you have a chance. Thanks.
What's up, Fab? Thanks for 20, dude. Sure, we'll certainly look at that, okay? No problem, man. Clean Spark. Yep, so we're good. And remember, even if they don't hold 113.3, you're still golden above, I think, a 4-hour swing low 110.872. Like, they could take this thing down to 111.4 and pivot and go higher, and it'd still be okay. But yeah, you just don't want to lose. Like, why would you want to lose the 113.3 level now, the neckline, when you just broke it and confirmed it as support? You wouldn't. You would now want to break, cook, and go, like engulf, and just run now like crazy. That would be ideal. Clean Spark, yeah, look at it right now. That one's well, hopefully it's better than Mara. Let's see, it was holding a level, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was not doing the same thing. You know, look at this, and I would think maybe, my God, if you look at a large enough time scale, you could talk about momentum shifting. Let's go to the weekly. You can see the weekly, like left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I mean, above the 200-week moving average. What are they holding on to? Oh. Are they holding on to this one low back from 2018? Right there. It looks like they are. So that's $9. $9 is a major swing low from 2018, and I mean, you definitely the neckline's kind of effed. You know, you wanted a stronger rally, but it was just to hit resistance and rolled over. But I'm just saying, like, there is the idea potentially of this momentum shift, but still probably need some more. But this could be, someone could have a stop loss at like 860, 850, and then they'd be targeting for 1358 again to $15. You can give it a shot, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's probably a supply line of sorts too. I'm not sure if we would use this wick here, because if you did that, if you anchored like this, then that's amazing, because it's like you pretty much are breaking the supply line. You broke out, and now you're pretty much confirming it as support. And that support, it's confluence, right? You have the supply line confluent with a horizontal line support right here. And last week, you had a very nice Japanese candlestick reversal, kind of like a doji morning star. And it's not green, but that's definitely like a doji reversal at a support. And now you have a pretty much bullish engulfing candle. So, like, this is something to pay attention to on CleanSpark. Yeah, man, like, you could definitely construct a trading plan here with kind of, I mean, decent reward to risk, and it's strategic. And, yeah, if it fails, you don't lose that much. And that's the area. You see the swing low, 2018. That's kind of maybe what you'd try to be playing here. Something to think about, right? Be position trade. Like, I don't even know how you'd play it so much. Like, I'm just trying to mess around. Maybe like this. Could you get a 3-to-1? You'd be really close. You know, you'd be a little tighter. You get 3-to-1 just like that. You know, it's up 3.72% today. Maybe it pulls back tomorrow or in the coming days, and you get a little bit better entry. Could be like that. I'm not sure if you target 2 here, because it's just not, you know, it's not a. But what would target 3 be? Target 3 would be like crazy. I guess target 3 would be like $20. Or target 2 could be like $20. Take a psychological level. It's some swing highs. Look, there's one high here. Swing high. Look at that reversal area. That's very real. I mean, $20 or 20 around there. Could be like target 1 and 2. Target 3 could just be like $25. That high from March, or the high from November 2021. It could be, someone could construct it, right? It's not perfect. I'm not acting like I know that this is going to happen. I'm just saying, right? This is what we look for. We look for positive price action correlation to historical levels. You have that. You're kind of close enough to that level to where it's equitable to strategize. And you kind of have like a candlestick argument. You have a breakout backtest argument. Right? So, I mean, yeah, it could be played this way, but I'm not saying like, oh yeah, it's the strongest trade setup ever, bro. Because it's not. Still below the 50 moving average. Still below the 20 moving average. See, you could be above all the moving averages, but you're not. You're only above the 200 barely. So it could be played like that. If you really wanted to take a shot, again, don't look at this as, hey man, me saying go long on CleanSpark. Look at this like, hey man, hopefully you just took in everything I said about this asset and you like can apply it to any other asset you might want to long, right? It was the process of me constructing the trading plan where the value was, not, dude, long clean spark because it's good number gonna go up. Nope, that's, if you're looking at it like that, you are not here for the right reasons. Okay, the process of me constructing that trade setup was everything, not number go up, clean spark buy. Okay, and I'll just publish it again for the sake of education. So, I mean, you would say technical indicators because a spring back test, a breakout back test of the supply line. That's it. I mean, like trend analysis, maybe Momo shift, maybe higher low, but I'm just saying technical indicator, about it. Chart pattern could be an idea, but doesn't even have to. Do you understand, chat? Please tell me if you understand why you watch this stream. It's not for, dude, give me trade setup, give me long. It's how can I construct my own trading plan on another asset by myself? If not now, maybe later if I keep watching the stream, if I keep abiding by the education provided here. Get it? Once you get that.
Education hype.
What's up, Anon?
Is that a joint?
Thank you, dude. Perfect genes, dude. She got them. You understand? Good. Oh, I forgot to do the SYH on the poker analogy, right? Yeah, let me go back to for Tater, CYH. He wanted a poker hand analogy, so. Dude, that weekly is something else, isn't it? I mean, if you're looking at the weekly on CYH and it's like this, and you want better on the weekly or on the daily, like a stronger reason, but if you're just like a weekly, you're just looking at the weekly, you can only look at the weekly, I mean, it'd be like that. I'd say you got like pocket tens or something, you know, on the weekly. Easy to manage risk, right? 3.5 to 1. If you're just gonna run it to this resistance, $5. Simple. It's very simple setup, right? On the weekly. Pocket tens, pocket eights. There you go. Simple. Okay. Right. They've reversed it here before, right? But see, what I'm saying is, like on the daily, why you wanted the thing we talked about, that local low. Because look, they'll test it once, rally, test it again, and then time goes by, test again, and then again. And you're talking about from March 2020 all the way to July 2020. So you had like multiple months of testing that low locally, and the same thing could happen where they test it locally again. So yeah, either way, CUH. All right, let's pray for Bitcoin, man. All right, we got the requests. New thumbnail, nice. What's that? What the heck, man? I changed the thumbnail and it didn't work. What the? Like earlier, so it's showing the same thumb from yesterday. Okay. Maybe you just didn't load or something weird. Okay, thumbnail's changed now. So thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Thank you so much for the people that still watch the stream. Like, really, really grateful for y'all. And look, dude, I'm just here managing my own portfolio, making my money, doing my thing. Like, you know, that's what it's about. And I'm just happy you're here to make money with me, because making money together is a lot better than making it alone, for sure. That's why I started all this. So thanks again for coming out. And maybe Bitcoin has a huge pump. Some people will come back, but it's all good. Thanks again. I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.
Maybe we should all just get along with each other and put away our problems. Or whatever it is. We just need to forget about everything and just have a good time here tonight. It's really that simple. Maybe we should all just get along with each other and put away our problems. Or whatever it is. We just need to forget about everything. Just have a good time here tonight. It's really that.
Prayers for Charlie Kirk, man. For real.